Anderson Scarpa, 30 years old, out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, took home a gold medal in 2022 at the tournament in Indianapolis, playing alongside Gregory Dow. These two not just pickleball partners, they're also really close friends.
Yeah, they're very tight. They practice together, drill together, play together, so they know each other's game inside and out. That's why, again, they're sitting here in a semifinal match. There's a reason for that. And again, too, over the last year and a half, both of them have really started to come into their own. Greg Dow, an intimidating force out there at his size, and then Scarpa will play that kind of, I'll set you up and play that kind of role with his partner. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup as these players are all very familiar with each other.
Yeah, and Scarpa, he's very deceptive. He's got somewhat of a more unconventional backhand, but he can be extremely dangerous with it because he hides the positioning so well, because you're trying to read the paddle, and the way that he changes direction is actually with his elbow as he's punching through. So instead of being able to read the paddle, you have to read the body a little bit more for him. Scarpa, former collegiate tennis player at Mercer, so he has those good drives. You look for that third shot drive for him to step in and really apply the pressure. And you'll notice his footwork when he's up at the kitchen line. He's constantly moving. He takes these little tiny shuffle steps and gets himself into a good position. Dow, again, we're talking about the two biggest guys on the court that are probably not as powerful as their partners. Dow, extremely good hands and uses his reach well, but he's not the one that's going to speed up a lot of these balls. We'll look for Scarpa to be a little bit more aggressive.
Daescu and Nunnery, as we mentioned, a ton of success on the tour this season. Dom, if you are Daescu and Nunnery, what's your game plan going into this match?
Well, they're going to try and grind points out against Dow and Scarpa. They're going to play their game. But my X factor in this matchup is going to be the trigger pulls of Rob Nunnery. How are they? Are they on? They had a struggle in an earlier match here on Championship Court, and they were tested. And so let's see if that test kind of woke them up a little bit, because, again, they have been the team to beat on the men's side of things. But, again, game plan for Daescu and Nunnery, grind it out, have Nunnery look for his opportunities. The thing of it is he's not going to fool Scarpa and Dow. They're going to expect that pace off the paddle of Nunnery immediately, and if they're ready for it and can block that first initial speed up and get it back over, that's where they'll be in good shape.
Well, the other thing, too, is Nunnery and Dow are very good friends. They've played together as well. So Dow knows Nunnery's game fairly, probably definitely the best out on the court there. He knows how Nunnery is going to speed up and where he's going to speed up. But what I'll be looking for out of Scarpa and Dow, and what we've seen has kind of been a little bit of the kryptonite for Daescu and Nunnery, is going against the faster-paced play when their opponents are speeding the balls up and really dictating the pace, and it's a fast pace. That's where Daescu and Nunnery have been off balance. So I look for Scarpa and Dow to be a little bit more aggressive, try to set that tone early, speed up some balls, really put the pressure on Daescu and Nunnery, and kind of get them to play tight. If you allow Daescu and Nunnery to control it in that slower pace and extend the points, then it's going to be difficult.
We're underway in game one of the men's semifinal. First speed up goes the way of Daescu.
No, Dow trying to test Daescu down that line. He just punches it right back where it came from.
Daescu and Nunnery's path to the semifinals. They took down Troy Clemmer and Stephen Hendricks 0-3 before topping William Sobek and Will Howes 2-10. Coming up short there on the pickup is Scarpa.
Yeah, that's part of that unconventional backhand that I was talking about for Scarpa. He hits with a very straight wrist.
They handle the pace right away of Nunnery, right? That was the key. That was my X factors. Can you handle that pace? Get that one back over, and they do right away. That's a good sign for Scarpa and Dow, even though they don't come on top of that point.
Great defense, but Daescu not able to clear the net.
Yeah, and good balls there from Scarpa. He was trying to read when Daescu was going to crash hard, but he kept that ball down even when he sped it up. He didn't try to hit through Daescu. Ooh, just deep.
Just long. Dow and Scarpa top Pesationi and Daniel Jensen. 11-8, 11-7, 11-7 in the quarterfinal. They had to take down Tyler Tolson and Morgan Evans, 10 and 12. A little bit more tested than Daescu and Nunnery.
There's that speed up from Scarpa. So you see the paddle just drop down, and then he changes direction with the shoulder, goes at the forehand of that right hip of Nunnery, jams him up, gets the ball to pop up, and then can fire away the next two.
Dow and Scarpa able to earn the side out.
Great 1-2 combo right there from Greg Dow. He made an adjustment. The first time he tried that, he tried to win it on the first ball. That one, he goes off pace, gets the pop-up from Daescu, and then punishes the put away.
1-3-1. 1-3-1. Nunnery tries to go for the speed up, but catches the net.
Yeah, and tried to do it just a little too much with that one. Potentially held off just a little too long, and that ball had dropped too much by the time he went to speed it up.
Daescu cuts it too fine. We've seen some uncharacteristic mistakes here from Daescu and Nunnery early.
Well, yeah, and we talked about them wanting to grind those points out, but then all of a sudden, Dow and Scarpa coming out on top of that longer point.
Yeah. Well, and this is where I talked about with Daescu and Nunnery playing a little too tight. You know, they have a tendency to cut their strokes off a little bit shorter or try to add a little bit more spin.
Effective speed up from Nunnery. To your point, coming in as the #1 seed. This is an area, though, that they're accustomed to being. So what do you attribute the tightness to?
You know, it potentially coming down to a little bit of that mental and physical fatigue that we talked about.
Scarpa coming up short as Daescu and Nunnery get back on serve, trailing 3-4. 4-3, rather.
Yeah, another good spot.
Just continued pressure here from Dow and Scarpa. And it's like we've talked about before, is that the fact that you want to beat a top team, bring the pressure to them. And that's exactly what Dow and Scarpa are doing right now.
Pressure's on the top seed, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you come in as the underdog, you can play so much looser.
Scarpa again. That's the second or third time that shot has not worked for him.
Well, it's great carving out on that backhand from Andre Daescu. That is patent Daescu with that backhand cross court.
Big winner from Daescu.
Yeah, and a good choice there from Daescu. He goes for the slower roll. Dow anticipating that ball coming harder. If Daescu overhits that one, Dow actually is in a position to be able to get that one back. He slows it down, rolls it down, and Dow, no chance of picking that one.
That's such a good ball right there from Scarpa. And to you guys at home watching, it may not have looked very flashy, but again, it's all about the spot. Scarpa goes right at the right foot of Daescu and jams him up.
Daescu not able to handle the serve. Ties things up at 5 apiece here in game number 1.
5-5-1.
A little late movement there from Dow. Slight hesitation whether he was going to step in and be aggressive with that one. By the time he made the decision, the ball was already past him.
Can't get the friendly roll.
It rolled about 5-6 inches along the tape and says, not this time, big guy.
6-5-2.
Oh, he had it. And that was an excellent drive there from Anderson Scarpa, catching Nunnery on the uncoil from the stack. Dow comes across and poaches, but you see he didn't commit to that backhand volley.
The change of pace from Rob Nunnery, just no chance for Scarpa right there as he was leaning so far to the middle. Has to try and go around the back to get that one.
Rob Nunnery, the master of disguise here on the APP Tour. Daescu, a little bit too soft there.
Yeah, it just comes up a little short, stood up through it. Big boy, you got to stay down and hit through that ball.
That's a lot of leg to get down, Dom. Nunnery pushes it too long.
You got Scarpa initiating the pressure with that stiff forehand, or backhand, excuse me, right at the body of Nunnery.
6-6-1.
6-6-1.
Oh,
Daescu going right at the body.
that's a body bag in slow motion right there.
The softest body shot you're ever going to see.
6-6-2.
Sending in the National Guard. What'd you do, Dom?
What is it about us and military flyovers? We had the jets in New York.
Yeah, good reach in there from Scarpa in an excellent spot. Nunnery goes to the backhand side. So does Daescu. Scarpa jams crosses both of them up.
Dow and Scarpa up 7-6.
Dow giving it to Nunnery. You go, no.
You like the energy that they're bringing to this matchup?
Oh, yeah. Again, I think it's only going to get a little more intense as we creep along here in game number 1, especially with Dow and Scarpa having a lead here. They take game 1. You want to talk about being loose for game 2?
Daescu able to come up with the winner.
Yeah, better counterattacks there from Daescu. You saw Dow actually jumping to try to counter here. Daescu takes a little bit off of it, pushes it a little bit wider.
6-8-1.
6-8-1 is Nunnery back on serve.
just not enough on that punch right there from Daescu. He's extended too far. The more he extends, the less he's going to get on that. Dow just sitting all over that counter.
Well, the other thing for Dow, too, is he sits predominantly backhand, and it's all inside the body. If you get him extended on either side, he has a little bit more trouble, but Nunnery and Daescu have predominantly been going into the body of Dow and giving him the ball that he wants.
Quick side out for Dow and Scarpa as Daescu and Nunnery not able to score on serve.
Second serve.
That's a good step over from Daescu, taking that ball out of the air as Nunnery coming up on the return.
8-6-2.
8-6-2.
Oh, that's pretty.
Right up the middle goes Dow.
Well, it was actually Scarpa
Yes, it was.
on that speed up on the forehand side, but again, sets up like he's going to go cross court with it, and a quick flick back through the middle. Catches Daescu and Nunnery on their heels.
The hat's throwing me off.
Yeah, Greg Dow wearing the Scarpa hat.
It's not fair. You should not be allowed to wear a hat with the name of your partner on it.
He's just showing support for his partner
There you
right
go.
there.
1 minute.
And Dow and Scarpa have taken a 10-6 lead here in game number 2. Daescu and Nunnery, though, they've had a lot of success this season. Let's take a look back at what they did in New York City. Andre Daescu alongside Rob Nunnery. They are going to be taking on Hunter and Gates Johnson. Daescu and Nunnery take game 1, 11-6. The big man puts it away. And then with the Midas touch, Daescu and Nunnery take the gold.
It's easy to play with a guy that doesn't miss many drops or miss many dinks.
Just the camaraderie. I feel like our energy is really good together.
Nunnery and Daescu taking home the gold in New York City. Coming into this weekend, Andre Daescu leading the way on the APP, tied with Paris Todd, 13 gold medals. Let's just remind you, this is just the 11th tournament of the season, so Daescu taking at least 1 gold on average per tournament. That's a better speed up there from Nunnery.
Great answer out of the timeout, fighting off a game point. Now let's see if they can answer here.
6-10-1.
Nunnery serving 6-10-1.
Second serve.
Yeah, Daescu just a little flat-footed there. Doesn't get much on that open face drop. Tries to cut it, but just gets pushed down.
Nunnery was thinking about going around the post for a split second right there.
Changed his mind at the last minute, and the second you change your mind, you're done for. Another game point for Dow and Scarpa.
Oh, pushes that one deep.
And Dow and Scarpa take game number 1, 11-6. We'll be back with game number 2 here on Championship Court of the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
healthy family to yours. Find cured meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Gianna, from our family to yours.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Rob Nunnery and Andre Daescu dropping their first game through their first 2 matches here in the men's doubles. The top seed taken down in game number 1 by Dow and Scarpa, 11-6. Pushed long. Chad, to your point, you and I were talking in between the break, what adjustment would you like to see Nunnery and Daescu make in game number 2?
Well, right now, Nunnery and Daescu, they're just playing too tight. They're playing too timid. Nunnery does well when he speeds the balls up and kind of sets up Daescu, and that hasn't been happening. Oh, hey, there we go. We'll just keep
Backhand
talking
put away
about
from Daescu. That's better, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's a good reach right there. Scarpa kind of like hangs out wide, leaves that opening in the middle, and just a good reach and a good controlled reach there from Daescu. But they have to set the tone. They have to control these points, and they can't allow Scarpa and Dow to speed the balls up on them.
Daescu not able to handle the dig.
Well, again, it's Dow controlling everything with that backhand and just punching back as he looks up into the booth and he's mocking.
He's mocking you, Tom. Let's be honest about this.
Yeah, but mocking me in a good way, meaning we're talking exactly about what he's doing so well. And what is it? It's that backhand. We talked about Daescu and Nunnery having to find the forehand of Dow.
Oh. Beautiful shot, Nunnery with the forehand.
Just floats it back to the baseline as you watch this little forehand flick, and Scarpa can do nothing but watch it go by him.
Yeah, he sold that one with the body. Body starts moving back cross court and just stays with a straight arm.
Nunnery and Daescu looking a little bit more comfortable already here in game 2.
Oh, nice counter there from Scarpa. I thought he was beat there. Nunnery again sliding it down the line, setting up Daescu. But an excellent counter by Scarpa.
The Ernie from Daescu.
Well, beautifully done, and it's a backhand Ernie from the forehand side here from Daescu. You watch him just punch that down the middle. Doesn't need to do too much with it because the hole in the middle was huge.
Get after it, big fella.
Yeah.
Daescu going hunt.
Well, I was going to say, we haven't seen Daescu being as active with his Ernies in the last 3-4 tournaments, right? He used to overdo it, and I think he kind of said, hey, you know what, I'm overdoing it. Now I shouldn't do it as much, and he's gone away from it. He's gone away from putting the pressure on. But 2 balls in a row, set up well from Nunnery, getting behind the forehand side of Dow. Once that ball's behind you, the only option you have is to go down the line. It's even difficult to throw up a lob from that position. So Daescu reading both of those extremely well.
And Daescu gets all the credit, but it's all set up from Nunnery, where he's pushing Dow back, and his eyes are down. He's not looking up, and he's not seeing where Daescu is.
Kind of like how we give Chad credit for things that you say off the air.
Wow.
Exactly.
Daescu and Nunnery out to a 4-0 lead here in game number 2. Dow and Scarpa calling a timeout, and this is a huge role reversal from game number 2. What do Dow and Scarpa need to do here to get a momentum stop?
Well, they have to take the initiative now. You know, Scarpa and Dow were actually down 6-4 in game 1, rattled off 7 straight because they started being the aggressors. They started seizing the opportunity to speed the ball up and to really start putting the pressure on.
Daescu coming up with a couple of big earnies,
4-0-2.
showing a little bit more aggression than he has recently. He's back on serve. Great hands from Daescu.
Yeah, again, Daescu just sitting backhand right there, and Dow trying to fool the big man down the line, but he was having none of it.
Daescu and Nunnery looking much more locked in. It comes up short. That time it was my fault, Dom.
That was totally
It
your fault.
was.
0-5-1.
Dow and Scarpa trying to get on the board here in game 2.
Oh,
Butt shot.
Yeah, I mean, if Scarpa gets out of the way of that, the ball's probably going out, but a good speed up there, but he's trying to come back for that second counter. Instead of moving the body, he'll track with the paddle a little bit there.
Beautiful shot from Nunnery.
Nunnery mishit the speed up, too, and I think that's what set them up on that point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of mishits there. The speed up and the counter from Scarpa was a mishit as well.
Quick side out as Daescu and Nunnery back on serve. Nunnery coming up a little bit short from the baseline.
Yeah, just a little too much cut on that drop. And slides off the paddle.
Oh, put away with the forehand, but what a get by Nunnery.
I was watching Nunnery, and then all of a sudden this big proton paddle comes out of nowhere. But yeah, the get from Nunnery on the kind of quarter overhead there, or semi-overhead there from Dow and out wide. Just an excellent read from Nunnery.
Another big forehand from Daescu. He is finding a huge hole up the middle.
Well, Nunnery gets a little love on the speed up off the tape. Scarpa does everything he can, but the pop-up Daescu there rolling in game number 2.
Everything going the way of the top seed. Daescu getting a little greedy there. Pushes it a bit long.
Heat check?
That's both of your faults, right?
That's a heat check right there from Daescu. That's what you call a 7-0 shot, too. He's like, I'm feeling it right here. We're up 7-0.
Little Jimmy Butler style. Pushes that wide. So Dow and Scarpa able to get on the board.
1-7-1.
1-7-1. Long rally. Oh, Nunnery with the forehand.
Well, he thought he had him there, and you check that flyover. What is that?
Avalon welcomes APP Pickleball Tournament. We are happy
Love
to be
it.
here in Avalon, New Jersey. Fantastic facility. You got the beach right down the street. It's beautiful.
Oh,
Easy
trouble.
put away.
Dow was backing up Scarpa right there. Scarpa steps in, gets the ball. But an excellent drop shot there from Daescu. Just leaves Scarpa in the middle of the court after Dow has to rush up to get it.
Dow and Scarpa did drop game 2 in their last match before taking it in 3. So with a 1-game advantage here. Daescu winning the speed up.
But again, the only way he's going to win that speed up against Dow is if he goes outside the body. First two are inside the body on that backhand side, slows it down, gets it to the forehand side, and outside of the body of Dow, no chance for him to catch up to it.
Couldn't come up with the backhand.
And I'm okay with that move. It's a good move and good pressure there from Daescu. Just gets a little overextended on that last ball.
Comes up a little bit short there. So a little bit more tight, it seemed, on serve as Dow and Scarpa have some work to do.
And a good side out, huge side out for Dow and Scarpa here, not giving up any more points. Got to answer, though.
Oh, beautiful ATP defense, but Nunnery staying calm and collected, just puts it away.
Well, the reason that Scarpa couldn't get anything on it was Nunnery recognized the ATP coming from Scarpa, so he shot the ball right at him. So he hit it right at his body, so all Scarpa could really do on the ATP, or excuse me, on the Ernie, is block it.
And Nunnery standing just a little too tall on that counterattack. Elbow comes up. Gets above that ball, pushes straight down into the top of the net.
Just wide down the line as Daescu and Nunnery on the side out.
Dow's determined to get Daescu backside. He really is.
Is that a good move?
It's not, because Daescu sits backhand as well as anybody. And so him trying to test that, it's just not going to work out too well.
You can test it, but it has to be on the bounce. Bouncing ball makes Daescu have to move out there. If you go hard with it, too much reach. Oh.
The easiest one of all those balls to hit right there was that one from Daescu, but again, it's the off-paced and that cut right there.
Well,
He
cuts it into the wind, and it just sits up there and then gets blown down.
Right, gets knocked down into the wind.
Chad, you're over here making a slicing motion. Would you like to see it go a little bit more forward, or is it too much down?
No, I mean, with that one, it's almost like you have to go a little bit flatter because of the wind. When you slice it, it's going to sit up there, and it actually allows the wind to push it down.
It's a nice pull right there from Scarpa in the middle, and again, choosing the right ball to go for. Now, I think that ball was going out? Yeah, absolutely. But again, it's sitting there, and you have Daescu's eyes lighting up wanting to hit that.
3-8-1. Nunnery goes speed up, but Dow wins the hand battle.
Well, Nunnery stood straight up. It was almost like he was out of the point for a second. Stood straight up and had no legs under that, right into the net. And all of a sudden, here comes Dow and Scarpa with a little 3-0 run of their own.
Nunnery and Daescu won a timeout. What has been the difference over the last 4 points for Dow and Scarpa?
Well, they've taken the initiative a little bit more. They've sped a couple of balls up. They've been looking for the counterattacks. But more so, it's been what Dom was just talking about right there. Daescu and Nunnery have gotten back on their heels again. A couple of errors coming in for Nunnery. He's stood straight up, straight legs. He gets on top of the ball a little too much. So the adjustment, they need to get back into that good body positioning, that athletic positioning, the weight and the balance out over the toes to try to get more shape to the balls, take those balls a little bit earlier, cut down on some of the reaction time for Dow and Scarpa. But it's kind of the intensity has dropped a little bit for Daescu and Nunnery as well. They were playing loose. They were playing relatively quick for their play style. But now they've kind of backed off a little bit. They've slowed things down just a little too much.
Part of being a successful top seed is still learning how to win when you're not having your best day.
There's that pressure right there from Daescu.
Yeah, and he goes right armpit there on Dow. So even though it's inside the body, it's elevated a little bit. So as Dow slides across the body, the elbow comes up.
4-8-2.
4-8-2. Daescu getting a little too big there coming in transition.
And that's a good ball from Scarpa as he's coming in too, creates some shape on it. That ball never got about an inch or two over the net and had some dip on it as it got over.
Yeah, that's tough. That Nunnery standing his ground. Daescu throws in the deke as far as he's going to come over and take that, and then some hesitation from Nunnery.
Maybe a little bit of frustration as well as Nunnery pushed the hat forward on the face. Nunnery able to put that overhead away.
Scarpa with the complete chicken wing to reset that and get that back up over, but again, putting himself in a tough defensive position.
That's the scarecrow.
Yeah,
right there.
But because of the pressure from Nunnery.
Able to get back on serve, but Daescu again coming up short.
Well,
they don't look as comfortable in transition as they typically do.
No, and Daescu is trying to rush that drop right there. He's moving through contact, trying to get up to the kitchen line too quickly and put the pressure on. Just make that drop and then move after. He's big enough and can get up there fast enough that he doesn't have to try to rush up there.
Another long rally. Scarpa speeds it up, catches the tape. Nunnery able to go back body.
Yeah, good patience all around. No Ernie's allowed. There were a couple looks for it there from Daescu. But again, the tape unkind for Scarpa.
Well, Nunnery and Daescu inching closer to taking game 2. Up 9-6.
Yeah.
Nice ball there from Scarpa.
No, it's an excellent spot there from Scarpa. Just sat up a little too high here from Daescu. And again, splits the middle, but has that downward angle.
6-9-1.
6-9-1, Dow serving. Daescu trying to go with the backhand. And another, that's the second or third time that net court has been unkind.
Oh, Dow is like 4 feet off the ground right there to get on top of it.
Oh, beautiful inside out from Nunnery.
But it's just good patience there from Nunnery too. And you watch him let this ball drop and just hits and brushes up the backside of that ball. Keeps it in. Beautifully done by Rob Nunnery.
And Dom, you've talked extensively about that brush from Nunnery is one of the things that makes him so deceptive.
Yeah, and he hides it so well. That's a big thing.
Oh, the touch from the big man.
But you watch Dow come across, and any other player is going to come across and put this away with their forehand. He came in looking to flick backhand the whole time. He's got to open up and create some power with the forehand.
It's a 1-2. Come across, punch with the backhand, switch to that forehand side so he can put it away. He's, like you said, he's sitting there in the middle of the court hanging on a backhand, and it's an elevated backhand too, so it's not even like you can punch at it. You're just trying to swat it down.
I want to take another timeout to talk it over, trailing 9-7. That backhand, was it a result of poor positioning or just trying to do too much?
Not even really too much or positioning, it's just recognition. So recognizing that I'm in a position that I can open up and just push this ball down, because it wasn't like the ball was on him quick. He's just got to open up and punch that ball down with the forehand. He's got the forehand, he's got the power. It's just loves to sit backhand so much that kind of gets too comfortable with it and thinks he can do everything with that ball.
Calling a timeout, trailing 9-7 in game number 2. Daescu Scarpa took game 1 11-6. Looks very comfortable before Nunnery and Daescu came out in game number 2, ran off 4 straight points to take control of the game. Daescu Scarpa have been chipping away and not able to come all the way back, as Daescu and Nunnery, the top seed in the men's doubles side, trying to force a game 3 here in the men's semifinal.
Time in. 9-7-1. Go, come on. Point.
Maybe that's why he wants to stay away from the forehand right there.
Well, that's poor footwork right
correct.
there. The ball was sitting up. You knew it was going to have some backspin on it. I just didn't move the feet to get himself into a good position.
Brings up game point. Oh, Nunnery couldn't react fast enough. That's one of the ones you just put a hand up and say sorry, but you're not really sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry on that one. I'll take the friendly net roll any day.
Comes up short, wastes some tremendous defense by Rob Nunnery.
Nunnery did all that work, and he's like, come on, partner, you can't pick me up here.
Yeah, one job.
You had one job. Get the easy forehand back over. But, again, great job from Daescu Scarpa fighting off 2 game points.
Daescu Scarpa still alive here in game number 2, trailing 10-7-1. Scarpa to serve. Easy put away for Daescu.
Well, he goes inside out, too. Instead of going right to Dow, he kind of splits the difference between him and Scarpa. Causes just enough hesitation in the middle.
7-10-2.
7-10-2. Oh, beautiful ball from Nunnery going back across. Or Daescu.
Yeah, that was a good setup there from Daescu. Goes wide to the forehand of Dow, catches Dow trying to come back and close middle, and just goes straight into the body of the movement.
Ooh, that touch from Scarpa.
That's dirty cross court right there, but again, using his length to reach in and just punch that back cross court.
Game point number 4 for Daescu and Nunnery. Finally, Daescu able to put it away as Daescu and Nunnery come back to take game number 2, 11-7.
Yeah, good ball from Nunnery. Again, just sliding that one down the line behind Scarpa. Daescu steps over and puts the exclamation point right here, straight into that left hip.
And Nunnery has found something down that line right now. It's going to be interesting to see in game number 3.
Top seed locked in a battle with Gregory Dow and Anderson Scarpa. We'll have game 3 coming up next.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game. Because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
From the Volpe family to yours. Fine cured meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Gianna. From our family to yours.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time.
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by Selkirk, Rainstorm, State Farm, and Tervis.
Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery taking game 2 11-7 to force a game 3 after dropping game 1 11-6 against Gregory Dow and Anderson Scarpa. Both of these games have been fairly closely contested. What's going to be the difference maker here in game 3?
Well, I think Rob Nunnery found something down the line on Scarpa that he's going to try and take advantage of a little more with a 1-2 combo, getting Scarpa to block the first one, and then either him and Daescu coming in and cleaning that up. So that's one thing I'm going to look for right there.
Chad, you looking for anything?
Well, you know. No, I would. So I think it's going to come down with this one, and it's been fairly evenly matched in games 1 and game 2. But for Dow and Scarpa, and we've said it a few times, they need to try to apply some pressure on Daescu and Nunnery, specifically Daescu.
Coming up short. By the way, 3rd shirt of the match for Scarpa. Started off in red, went to black.
Nobody's much more than him.
He could potentially go through 6.
Yeah.
So how many shirts you got to bring in a day for that?
Well, you know, when I first moved to Florida, I used to go.
It was.
Sorry, we'll talk about it after this one.
The defense was ridiculous.
That point was over 4 times.
Dow needs to stop going down the line on Daescu. Right there, he tried to do it again, and I know it's a long point. You're trying to do something, but that's not the spot.
So then where does he need to go?
Right hip.
Yes, exactly. He's going to the backhand. It's feeding the big man.
Oh, backhand put away, and Daescu and Nunnery starting to feel it.
Yeah, you know, Dow's trying to force the issue here. He's trying to put some pressure on, but again, going in the wrong spot. Just needs to go a little bit more body, right side, right hip, right armpit of Daescu, kind of jam him up on that forehand side.
Daescu coming up short on the backhand. Still ahead, 2-0-2 here in game number 3.
0-2.
That's just grinding points out there from Daescu and Nunnery, and getting back to those long, elongated points and causing issues.
Oh, he missed it. Went for just a little too much. It was a little flatter there from Daescu as well. You know, doesn't roll it enough. You see that punch, it's just a flat punch on a ball that's kind of dropping. He has to get that paddle head underneath.
0-3-1. Oh, Nunnery tried to come up a little bit off balance.
Well, he was trying to recover because he had backed up because of the pressure and then overruns this ball. Good recognition by Dow.
Oh, Daescu just covers so much middle.
Well, when you've got a 12-foot wingspan.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give for a 12-foot wingspan.
Well, and they're coming out of the stack, so Daescu knows that Nunnery might be a little late coming up, so he protects his partner coming up.
Backhand flick finds the line, and another long point goes the way of Nunnery and Daescu.
Well, Daescu and Nunnery are controlling the tempo. They're controlling the pace of play right now, and they are taking the opportunities to speed some balls up. We've seen Daescu speed more balls up here in Game 3 than we have the whole day.
And now he changes it up, right, Chad? He does. He doesn't go to the backhand, but he gets
it
to
extended
extend it,
on
right?
the forehand.
And so instead of going right hip, he goes right to the forehand.
4-1-1. Oh, he finally got him to the backside.
Well, Daescu committed too much to the middle there. You saw him try to close tight to the middle, takes that one step with the right, opens up Dow to be able to slide it back onto the backhand side. Really difficult to change direction and adjust there.
I didn't say there wasn't a ton of room on the backside. I just said he finally went backside, and as Daescu and Nunnery get another point.
Well, he had tried to go backside a couple of times, but Daescu was stationary.
Speed up, Nunnery not able to come up with the backhand.
Well, it's a great spot by Anderson Scarpa as he just goes right at the right shoulder of Rob Nunnery. And again, that's that worst spot on your body you could get a ball hit to because you can't get a paddle there.
Easy put away for Nunnery. You can't leave a ball that high.
No, but Nunnery actually makes an adjustment here. Watch him take just a slight lean to clear the backhand just a little bit. The previous one, almost identical spot from Scarpa, but Nunnery was back on his heels, so he ended up getting in that chicken win. If he can turn or either take a step with the right foot or clear the body a little bit, now you can get on top of it and you can punch through the ball rather than pushing down on it once that elbow gets up.
1-5-2.
1-5-2. Tried to be a little bit too fine as Scarpa misses wide. Side out, back over to Daescu and Nunnery. Up 5-1-1. And Dow and Scarpa want to take a timeout.
Yeah, before anything gets away from him here. And it's tough to, in my opinion, we've talked about it before, Chad.
In your professional opinion?
In taking a timeout at 5-1. You're going to get an
You're
automatic
giving away
one
a
at
timeout.
6, right? Like you get an automatic one at 6 on the end change here. And you're wasting one here. If you're going to use one, I'd use it at 3 or 4, or you save both of them for the other side.
Yeah.
And you have them late in the game. This, to me, not the most strategic timeout in the world.
Dom, I want to go back to something that you said in terms of the long grinded out points. You said Daescu and Nunnery were getting back to that here in game number 3. As an opponent, trying to stay locked into one of those long grinded out type rallies, how difficult is that?
For Scarpa
yes,
and for,
if you're facing Daescu and Nunnery, how do you stay locked in for those long rallies?
It's tough because they're grinding out so well right now. They're controlling points. They're not hitting to the same spot more than once. They're going inside and out. And again, how do you get out of that? Is you have to pick your spots like they did in game 1 when they were playing on their toes, speeding balls up at the right time. They've just gone away from that here in game 2 and game 3.
5-1-1.
5-1-1.
Ooh.
It was there.
It was.
Oh, went for the speed up a little bit too big.
That was there too.
He rushed it, saw him hit across his body, but what Dom and I were talking about was the around the post. Dow didn't even move. He was still just standing in the middle of the court. But didn't matter. Ended up pushing that one deep.
Pushes the return deep. Now that gives Daescu and Nunnery a 6-1 lead. That'll bring up the end change. And Dom, your automatic timeout.
Right, this is that automatic timeout on the end change. It's called a referee timeout as players will switch ends here at 6 in game 3. Again, even though they got that point right there, you saw Daescu, after he missed that forehand put away at 5-1, he about snapped his paddle on his knee, but he held back. And then as they came over to the sideline after they scored that 6th point, it's like he wanted to take a chunk, meaning a bite, out of his paddle. He was upset with himself over those last 2 points, thinking he had a couple opportunities.
Well, you know, I've been known to break a paddle of 4, 10, 12.
Didn't you throw in like a boomerang once?
Oh.
No, it wasn't a boomerang.
Well,
it didn't come back. It went far.
But yeah, I used to have a tendency of hitting myself on the leg really hard, and I would snap the handle of the paddle after I hit myself on the leg.
So what did you throw harder, a baseball or a paddle?
Further was probably a paddle. Because it has the trajectory if you throw it on the side.
It's wind aided, it doesn't count.
But yeah, definitely threw a baseball harder, but I think I've thrown a paddle further.
Well, Daescu and Nunnery in control here in game number 3, leading 6-1 after dropping game number 1, 11-6. Came back to take game number 2, 11-7 here in the men's semifinal, going up against Dow and Scarpa. We're going to take a timeout here on Championship Court. Don't go anywhere. We've got more from game number 3 coming up here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events.
Sunmed. Premium hemp wellness for targeted relief and recovery, daily calm and relaxation, a better night's sleep, and brighter days. Discover modern wellness products for every part of your day and every step of your journey.
The APP is presented by
Pickleball Magazine, Classic, Drip Drop, and Sunmed.
Retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ah, isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Sunmed. Premium hemp wellness for targeted relief and recovery, daily calm and relaxation, a better night's sleep, and brighter days. Discover modern wellness products for every part of your day and every step of your journey.
During the end change, Anderson Scarpa requested a medical timeout due to a heat-related issue. Both he and his partner Greg Dow have left the court. Scarpa will have up to 15 minutes to deal with the medical issue as they are trailing Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery here in Game 3 in this men's semifinal match. We'll have more from the action still ahead when this match continues here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Managed ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
The APP is presented by
AARP,
Volpe,
and PowerPlate.
There's only one way now, just one way out. With every single breath comes crashing down. There's only one.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Ah, retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ah, isn't it wonderful to be retired?
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Sincola just getting a little jammed up. Not the right speed up and not the right spot there from Nunnery. Tries to go back through the middle. It's almost one where he has to slide across the body of Avern, go right shoulder.
Yeah, Sincola's sitting all over that, and he has been the whole game. He's been nice, short, and sweet with everything. Sincola changed his mind, I think. He wanted to go push again with the forehand cross court, but then at the last second almost flicked it, but then goes in the net. But his decision was made too late, and an offensive timeout. We haven't seen many of these this weekend, but an offensive timeout here for Daescu and Nunnery. Down by 2, love this at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good call. They have to get their head back in the right mindset because they had that run. They've kind of been a little flat the last couple of service opportunities. Nunnery trying to do a little too much at times. Need to get back to that extended point. And then Daescu trying to put a little bit more pressure on. He's kind of baited them into trying to push him back a few times by hanging back at the baseline and then seizing the opportunity to take his 1.5 giant steps to get to the kitchen line.
Andre Daescu, one of the taller players we have here on the APP Tour. His dad played basketball for the Romanian national team. So gets a little bit of his height, at least, from dad. It's going to be Andre Daescu with the serve out of this timeout, trailing by 2 in our championship tiebreaker game to 15.
Oh, good move from Avern.
Again, that's not an easy ball either, as that ball clips up off the tape and pops up. It's going from expecting pace to slow and then able to get on top.
Nunnery with a lot of pace on that one down the sideline, and Sincola hits it into the net.
Well, Sincola's stuck in the middle of the court. They're trying to protect Auvergne in the uncoil from the stack. Again, overcommits to the middle, comes back too far.
And it goes left hip on him again, and that's the problem when he runs around that forehand, is that he ends up pinching so hard and so quickly back towards the middle to get burned backside.
The ATP from Andre Daescu. Good job, Auvergne, with the defense.
No.
Sincola leaving that just a little bit short. Take another look.
Great defense by Auvergne twice throughout that. And Sincola can't get probably the easiest ball of all.
Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery with a 2-point lead for the first time in this championship tiebreaker game to 15. And what a moment to do it. Up 13-11.
Well, it's a 12-3 run right now for Nunnery and Daescu.
Wow, right there, sitting on the forehand of Nunnery. But instead of being short through it, he got really long and tried to create on it. But a great run from Daescu and Nunnery. Nunnery left his feet. He jumped and ends up getting too much on top of this. If he stays planted and just punches right back at Sincola, that's the shot.
12-13-1.
12-13 for Sincola's serve. Daescu.
Matrix move. Now, if Nunnery is Daescu's height right there, I don't think he gets out of the way. But the fact that he could drop that right shoulder, we'll see it right here, just missing that right shoulder.
And that ball just missed the back corner.
Sincola coming over with a strong forehand there, back through the middle.
That is a great shake and bake read for John Sincola off the drive of Stefan Auvergne. A perfect drive, keeping it nice and low, forcing Daescu to have to hit up on it. Sincola punishes it back through the middle.
And so let's tie things up again, shall we? 13-all here in our championship tiebreaker game to 15. This has been a script flipped, if you will, for Daescu and Nunnery. They dropped the first two games, 11-4, 11-3, get their first lead of this match at 12-11 in our championship tiebreaker game to 15. But Auvergne and Sincola, they're not going anywhere.
No, they've played great this whole day, and they played really well in the 2 out of 3. They played well to start this, but it was a run from Daescu and Nunnery that they had to stop. They've stopped it. Now we've evened things up all square. It's a game to 2. Who can get ahead first by 2, and you will win after all this.
Time in, gentlemen. 13-13-2.
13-13-2 for Auvergne serve.
Oh my
He tried
goodness.
to cut it too much. You saw the paddle open up more from Daescu there. Tried to add extra backspin to keep that ball down to the backhand of Sincola.
And the Sincola fans went crazy after that point.
just wide.
Flips it long, flips it wide, and Stefano Byrne and John Cincola are your men's doubles gold medalists here in Chicago.
The hat's in the tree.
He threw the hat in the tree. You want to throw it in the stands, threw it in the tree.
With the celebration, and understandably so, these two coming all the way through the backdraw to get here to Championship Sunday, win the first 2 games in best 2 out of 3 to 11, and then battle in this championship tiebreaker to leave no doubt. They are your men's doubles gold medalists, and we'll hear from them when we come back. Now let's turn to Stefano Byrne and John Cincola. You guys have battled for this moment, coming all the way through the backdraw to get here. Then you take the first 2 games, have to do that championship tiebreaker. Stefan, what was your mindset coming into a match against a team that is known for medaling?
Yeah, I mean, I think Rob and Andre are the guys to beat here, so we didn't put any too much pressure on ourselves, and we had a game plan. We were going to come out hot and come out swinging, so I think it worked out great, and we really worked well as a team, so I'm super happy it worked out like that.
I would say you work well as a team, coming home with a gold medal. And John, you are somebody who had the crowd behind you. I know Chicago, a very important place for you. Spent a lot of time here, a lot of great memories. What is it like to win this gold medal in front of this crowd?
I mean, it's amazing. Got so many family, friends, people I used to teach. Like, everybody's here. You know, I see faces I recognize all over the place. So the energy is unbelievable, the support, and you know, we're happy we could just get it done in front of everyone.
As you should be, Stefan. What is it about this duo that works so well?
I think so. I mean, yesterday John was able to pick me up when I needed, and then here we kind of took turns and we worked well together. We could take turns being the aggressor, and it was awesome. Yeah, we kind of used our strength, and yeah, it worked out.
And you guys are the men's doubles gold medalists here.
During the changeover in the 3rd game, Anderson Scarpa requested a medical timeout. He is now back on court, having been cleared by trainer Brent Huff. It was a heat-related issue, but we will play on here in Game 3. And Nunnery immediately speeds up the forehand down the middle.
Yeah, so, I mean, Dow isn't predominantly a left side player in men's doubles. He's doing that now because Scarpa is struggling a little bit with movement. They are going to switch here coming out of the stack.
Pushes the forehand long. Another point for Nunnery and Daescu. Heat has been a factor throughout this entire tournament. Temperatures earlier this week getting close to 100. It is only about 83 this afternoon, but still high humidity here along the shore. A little fist pump from Dow. Take it how you can get it. As Dow and Scarpa getting back on serve, trailing 8-1-1. Nunnery pushes it long.
Yeah, just deep, but a good spot there. Gets that one a little bit elevated. Nunnery not able to get on top of it. That's what forced that ball to go deep.
Overcooks the forehand, sends it way long.
Again, stands straight up through that drive right there, and tough ball to drive too. Even though it's in transition area, it's almost a dead return where it's not coming up. Dow. He's trying to get his partner back in there. It's going, hey, I got you here, man. Let's have some fun. That's exactly what they're doing here.
Able to just catch the line on the speed up. 3-8-2. 3-8-2. Nice pickup by Daescu.
Oh, and Dow, a little bit of pressure right there on Daescu. Gets him, instead of going to the backhand, he goes to the forehand, gets away with it. It wasn't as tight to the body as I'm sure he would have liked, but
Scarpa with a nice put away on the forehand.
4-8-2.
Patient at the kitchen line. Dow going for it, but again, pushes instead of rolls it.
Well, we were actually talking to him in the break a little bit, and he's going to sit more middle because Daescu doesn't slide down the line, but because that ball goes a little bit wider and he's not moving his feet, he gets fully extended and only has the wrist left to flick.
Daescu finds a line.
And that's great setup by Nunnery. Nunnery went left foot of Scarpa, put pressure on, and then he was able to hit a really hard roll forehand to the right foot of Dow, and it pops it up and gives Daescu, his partner, the put away.
Beautiful backhand through the middle from Daescu.
And he just couldn't come back. Scarpa doesn't have that much in him right now. The energy level really kind of low. You see him right there. He doesn't even come back to the middle to cover.
That brings up match point for Rob Nunnery and Andre Daescu.
10-4-1.
Defense. Oh, and it catches the line. The winner from Daescu, an exclamation point. A gutsy performance from Anderson Scarpa and Greg Dow, but it is Nunnery and Daescu. Moving on, we'll hear from the winners after this here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? I draw mustaches on players' faces when they're asleep.
Coach Reed, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Oh, Coach, it happened again. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Having a tough time getting better? Our 3-day Level Up Pickleball camps feature a low student pro ratio and offer personalised training from the best pros in the game. Level Up will take you full circle through the point building process by teaching proper stroke mechanics, positioning and winning game strategies. Each camper also receives a personalised before and after video, an instructional manual, product discounts and more. Discover how good you can be with Level Up Pickleball Camps. Visit us today at leveluppickleballcamps.com.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by
AG1,
Sunmed, and Tervis.
And we've taken a look at match point for Rob Nunnery and Andre Daescu. They made an excellent adjustment after game one, kind of setting the tone, extending the points. Another good example here of this extended point. Dow with a couple of overheads, thinking that ball is going to go out. The wind pushes it down, and it catches the baseline. And a good comeback win for Nunnery and Daescu. We have Dominic Catalano courtside with Rob and Andre.
All right, first and foremost, Rob, Andre, congratulations. Yet another winter bracket final ahead this afternoon. But, Andre, I'll start with you. As you walked up, we're talking, you're like, not ideal. It wasn't probably the cleanest match you wanted, but you figure it out. What's the difference of figuring it out in a match that you're not maybe 100%?
The difference that we got away with a W here. Yeah, we can definitely play a lot better at that, especially myself. I didn't play my best match here, but I tried to hang in there. I started playing better and better as the match went on, and just happy to still be in the winner's bracket. And, happy to be playing with Rob. He brought some great energy, kept me going, and I'm sure I'm going to play a lot better in the next match.
And then, Rob, playing against Scarpa and Dow, you started off, you pulled the trigger a couple times, then stopped a little bit because their hands are very good. Was it something you looked for, though, in the end to kind of speed up and kind of end it your way?
Yeah, I mean, that's always kind of my plan is to find my spots to speed up. I was doing a little early, maybe game one, so wanted to get deeper into the points. I mean, hats off to them. They played great. Scarpa, kind of ran out of gas at the end, not feeling great, but those guys make a ton of balls. They make you earn it. And one thing Andre and I are going to do, we're going to fight to the end every single match and not give up. And that's why I love playing with this guy. So we'll try to keep it going.
All right, well, congratulations, boys. Moving on to that winter bracket final. We'll take a break here. Next semifinal here on Championship Court on the men's pro double side here at the APP New Jersey Open.